Eric Christensen joins us now with sports. Boy, the Nuggets soap opera continues, and all we know for sure is it's going to be a very different Nuggets team, both behind the scenes and in front of it.
Too many changes. They lose another member of the front office today, and they were unable to interview former Memphis coach Lionel Hollins. We'll tell you why. And coming up, offense, defense, and pitching. The Rockies got it all today as they stopped a 3-game slide. Yesterday, the Rockies blew a 6-2 lead to the Phillies. So when they were up 6-2 today in the second, were you a little nervous? I was. Let's show you how they built that lead. Bottom of the first, Carlos Gonzalez is scorching hot. Rips a double to left center, his 5th straight at bat with a hit. That scores a run. He went 2 for 4. Then 3 batters later, Tyler Colvin goes with the pitch. Now, does this have enough? You bet it does. A 2-run shot. Rockies scored 6 in the bottom of the first. Seriously, how good is Nolan Arenado at third? Check out this play. That is sick. I wonder what size gold glove he wears. Meanwhile, Tyler Chatwood made sure the Phillies didn't mount a charge today. Making his first start since June 3rd, Chatwood allowed only 2 runs in 5 innings of work. Not great, but it'll do. Rockies end a 3-game slide at home, winning 10-5. Well, after missing 115 games last season due to injury, Troy Tulowitzki is back on the disabled list. A fractured rib suffered on Thursday is going to force Tulo to sit out 4 to 6 weeks. We caught up with Tulowitzki today, and he seemed in fairly decent spirits.
They couldn't have done anything to prevent the injury. I think sometimes when you have a torn muscle or something that you feel like you might have been able to control, you second guess yourself sometimes. But with this, we did it playing all out, diving on a play, a bone that breaks. There's nothing you can do. It's just something you have to live with.
You don't see this very often. Mets pitcher Jonathan Niese refusing to give the ball back to his manager. I guess he wanted to stay in the game. It was a slow burn by Niese that eventually erupted in the Mets dugout. Now, why do you have to take it out on your poor glove? It didn't do anything.
Oh, come on, baby.
Oh, look at this.
Locked up mound.
And look at him. On the fly, did he catch it?
It's moving day at Marion, 3rd round at the U.S. Open, and we began the day with only 2 players in the red. Right now, only 5 players are beating old man par. Tiger Woods, he's not one of them. It's going to be a full 5 years since Tiger's last major win. He shot a 6 over par 76 and took himself out of contention. Meanwhile, the leader is Luke Donald at 2 under par. There are 4 other golfers at 1 under, including Phil Mickelson, who's been a runner-up in the U.S. Open 5 times. Another day, another Nuggets employee packing his bags and boxes and leaving the Pepsi Center. This time it's Pete D'Alessandro, who accepted the GM position with the Sacramento Kings. The former Nuggets assistant general manager was considered to be a top candidate to replace Masai Ujiri. At this rate, we can probably expect Josh Kroenke to sell the team tomorrow, and the new owners, they'll probably change the nickname on Monday. In other news, Lionel Hollins had to reschedule his interview with the Nuggets. Flight issues prohibited Hollins from making it in town. The former Memphis coach led the Grizzlies to the Western Conference Finals this past season, but he was let go earlier this week. Now, Hollins hopes to replace George Karl on the Nuggets bench. The Nuggets are hoping the next head coach can produce better postseason results. George Karl says hoping and doing are 2 totally different things.
Winning is difficult. It isn't easy. And people who have never been there don't understand how hard it is to win. And then the second chapter of that is winning in the playoffs is twice as difficult. Twice as difficult. And trying to teach young kids that is a task. It's a challenge. And okay, that's my failure. But in the regular season, I think we laid a big foundation of a good basketball team that I still think can challenge in the Western Conference next year.
We'll have much more with George Karl tomorrow night on Auto Nation All Access. And if you're scoring at home, the Nuggets have now lost their head coach, their general manager, and their assistant GM. And oh, by the way, Andre Iguodala has decided to test free agency as well. So our Ram Trucks poll question asks, can the Nuggets be as good next year as they were this year? You can vote on the sports page at cbsdenver.com. Stanley Cup Finals continue tonight between the Blackhawks and Bruins. Chicago leads the series 1-0 after that triple overtime thriller on Wednesday night. Let's see what the two teams have in store for an encore. Meanwhile, all the pressure in the NBA Finals is on the Spurs. They host Game 5, the final game in San Antonio tomorrow, with the series tied 2-2. They don't want to go back to South Beach having to win twice. And guard Tony Parker says his injured hamstring is nearly torn.
My hamstring can tear anytime now. So if it was the regular season, I'll be resting like 10 days. But now it's the NBA Finals, and if it gets a tear, but it's life.
Two most famous words in sports: must win.
I'll tell you what.
I think San Antonio faces it tomorrow night.
It's been a great series. Yeah, they lose that one tomorrow, they're in big trouble.
Yeah, big trouble.
I'll tell you
Yep.
what. And in the time it's taken you to read that story, 2 more Nuggets assistants have left.
I think we should send our resumes.
Just kidding. All right, thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.